Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, Kwakadash. I want to give double honor to my apostles and elders that came before me that brought me into this truth. This video is going to be called The Impeccable Nature of YAHAWASHI. Alright? Now, as you can see here, I got a word pulled up here. The word impeccable here in the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Okay? As we can see here, the first definition is free from fault or blame, flawless. Okay? Has impeccable manners, taste, spoke impeccable French, so on and so forth. Let's look here. Number 2, not capable of sinning or liable to sin. You see that one? So, the one that best applies to Yahawashi here would be the first one, free from fault or blame, flawless. Not that Yahawashi was not capable, but he did not. Okay? As simple as that, because he was born in sinful flesh like us all. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm doing this video, it's pretty obvious that Yahawashi had never sinned, but to some people, for some reason, they think that Yahawashi was some sort of a hippie. They believe that he was some sort of an extreme drunkard that did sin and did continuously break the commandments of the Heavenly Father, when in no wise did he do anything of the sort. Nothing close to that whatsoever. Okay? And so I wanted to bring this out. I was having a conversation over at the job, and unfortunately, I was found out. A brother actually asked if I was a Hebrew Israelite, and it was just us talking, so I said yeah. And so we had a brief conversation, and then we started getting into a bit of the doctrine when it came to the scriptures, but didn't go too deep. You know, left it very base level. And he mentioned something about Yahawashi basically coming to the earth and breaking all the commandments. And of course, we're at work, so we don't have time to be going into the scriptures all day long. But it was very interesting, and I thought to myself, there needs to be a video done on this. Because these guys in the so-called Christian church have a very gigantic, horrible misunderstanding when it comes to the Bible. A horrendous misunderstanding when it comes to the Bible. They claim that, they believe in Yahawashi. They hold on to the New Testament so dearly. Whenever you even sniff the Old Testament, then they begin to shake in their boots. They start to have PTSD almost and say, whoa, why are you going back to the old? You need to stop going back to the old. That's what they'll do. But whenever you start asking them questions about the New Testament, then they are completely dumbfounded. And they have a very obscure and strange misunderstanding when it comes to the text. Okay, to say something as strange or as ridiculous or ignorant as Yahawashi sinned, that's a horrible misunderstanding, and that's a terrible fault. Okay? Nonetheless, let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 4. Hebrews chapter 4. To make it very simple and very plain, and I will say this. Fair use, if there is any video or music that's playing that's not owned by me, I say fair use. This is for educational purposes only. I will be receiving no monetary compensation for this video. Again, I say fair use. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 14. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahawashi, son of the power, or son of God, let us hold fast our profession. For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, like we read earlier in the definition, free from fault or blame, flawless. In this case, that fault or blame would be the sin or the breaking of the commandments of the Lord. Again, verse 15, for we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted, like as we are, yet without sin. Yet with what? Yet without sin. Yet with what? Yet without sin. You see that one? So Yahawashi was without sin. No sin committed. Did not break near one law whatsoever. Let's get this in the NLT. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and verse 14 in the NLT. So then, since we have a great high priest who has entered heaven, YAHAWASHI, son of the power, let us hold firmly to what we believe. This high priest of ours understands our weaknesses, for he faced all of the same testings we do, yet he did not sin. As simple as that. YAHAWASHI did not sin. I can't make it any more plain than that. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 9 and verse 27. Hebrews 9 and 27. And just as each person, pardon me, I got to get this in the KJV. 9 and 27, Hebrews. And as it is appointed unto men, Slakia, and as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. So Hamashiach was once offered to bear the sins of many. To what? To bear the sins of many, who are the many, the nation of Israel. And unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. Let me read this again. So Hamashiach was once offered to bear the sins of many, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. As simple as that, man. So Yahushua is going to pull up on the scene yet again without sin, and he's going to be bringing forth that wonderful salvation. Let's go to Isaiah 53 in verse 4. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. For who? For our transgressions. Yahushua was wounded for our transgressions, the nation of Israel. Because Yahushua pulled up on the scene without sin. He was bruised for our iniquities, not his own, but for ours, the nation of Israel's. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and Yahweh hath laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. And Yahushua clearly fulfilled that magnificent prophecy that was spoken of Slakia, that was speaking about him. Okay, Isaiah 53 and 7. Yet again, he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. Okay, let's go to the book of Exodus chapter 12. Exodus chapter 12. The reason why I bring out these two scriptures here is to exemplify the fact that Yahushua did not pass away or was not sacrificed for the sins of his own, but sacrificed for the sins of the nation of Israel, because he is that unspotted calf, or that unspotted lamb, or that unspotted sheep that was sacrificed for the transgressions of the children of Israel. Without sin was Yahushua, okay, or is Yahushua, I should say. This is the book of Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th month, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Let me read that again. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it, according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. So this is, of course, going into the Passover. The account that occurred in Egypt prior to the Exodus, or the escape of the children of Israel, or the deliverance of the children of Israel from Egypt and Pharaoh and his host, will continue. Exodus chapter 12 and verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish. Shall be what? Shall be without blemish. A male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And Yahawashi was killed in the evening, and Yahawashi is that Passover lamb. Okay? And this is representative of him. Let's go to the book of John. John chapter 11 and verse 47. Going into the conspiracy to kill Yahawashi and the prophecy of Caiaphas. This is the book of John chapter 11 and verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council, and said, What do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yahawashi should die for that nation, and not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad, that he should what? He should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad. Okay, going into the prophecy concerning Yahawashi passing away or being sacrificed for the nation of Israel. Let's go to this here. Salakia, what we got here? I want to get the word. Yeah, what we got here? The word. Let me see here. Dias Corpizzo. Dias Corpizzo. Hopefully you could hear that. I'm not sure. Okay. Whatever the case is, we got this here. To scatter abroad, disperse, to winnow, to throw the grain a considerable distance, or up into the air, that it may be scattered from the chaff. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get anything else on this. This is going into farming and whatnot. Let me see here. Now let me get this here. Let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 9, because you see the same concept here in Amos 9 and verse 8, I believe. No, here it is. Verse 9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sieve. Yet shall not yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. You see that one? So the Heavenly Father did the same. The Heavenly Father did the same scattering abroad of the nation of Israel. That's being referred to here in the book of John, the 11th chapter. Okay. Now let's go into the gathering. Jeremiah chapter 23. We'll start at verse 5. Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days, in whose days? That's talking about Yahawashi. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name, whereby he shall be called Yahweh our righteousness. Verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. What? No more are they going to say, the Heavenly Father, or Yahweh, the one that brought the children of Israel out of Egypt. They're not going to be talking about that anymore. Verse 8. But Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed, the what? The seed, the what? The seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from all countries whither I had driven them. And they shall dwell in their own land. How beautiful is that? You see that one? So again, the seed of the house of Israel is going to be gathered from the four corners of the earth, or from all the lands they've been scattered to. Okay, this seed. Let's go here. Look at that. All right. The word zerah. Look at some of these biblical usages, or the outline biblical usage for this word. Seed, sowing, offspring. A sowing, seed. Semen varial. You see that one? Offspring, descendants, posterity, children. Okay. Point. Okay. That is the point. All right. Let's look here. I mean, the point is made. All right. The point is already made. Again, whether you like it or not, you're not going to try to get out of keeping the commandments to the best of your ability by creating some strange, weird doctrine like YAHAWASHI was some sort of a hippie, weed-smoking airhead that just did miracles. No, that's not close to YAHAWASHI, okay? And that's a blaspheme, okay? You need to watch your mouth saying that nonsense, man. Be extremely careful. All right, let something... Hey. Nonetheless, okay? Nonetheless... Lord willing, this is edifying. This was a rather short lesson, but it had to be made. I mean, it was pretty... I mean, some people just have these strange, weird understandings of the scriptures. But again, basic things like this need to be brought out to just bring forth some reassurance and some understanding on this topic here. Again, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to my apostles and elders that came before me, that brought me into this truth. To you brothers that are putting in this work around the four corners of the earth, I say shalom to you brothers as well. Until next time.